Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are not going to be finishing, look at those tomatoes. Hi chickens, we are not going to be finishing the bee barn inspections that we started last week because I was presented with an opportunity yesterday when my wife was inspecting her hive. Now that little purple hive right there has 3 swarm cells in it and 1 supersedure cell. So she did a split yesterday and she put all the swarm cells down in the little orange hive, and the supersedure cell is still in the purple hive. And the opportunity that this gives me is the opportunity to put one of those swarm cells, or many of those swarm cells, or possibly the supersedure cell, into hive number 8 at the Bee Castle Bee Yard. So what I'm going to have to do today is run over to the Bee Castle Bee Yard, thoroughly inspect number 8 to make sure that it does not have a queen in it. And then I need to come back here and grab a queen cell, or possibly a virgin queen if it's hatched, and get it over into that hive in the other bee yard. So that's my goal, that's my plan. It's going to be probably in the 90s today. I think it's going to be 92 or 93, but the humidity is going to be low. Right now it's 7:30 in the morning and it's 80 degrees already. But when the weather says that the humidity is going to be low here in Georgia, they mean 85%, 90%, just not 99%. So it's still going to be humid. But I think we're going to have the opportunity to get the hive number 8 right over at the Bee Castle Bee Yard. So let me gather up all my gear and head on over there. But before I do that, I've got to give these girls some more water in their bee bath because it's going to be a hot one today. All right, so this is going to be a thorough inspection. Now it is possible that last time we inspected, the queen was actually out on a mating flight, and that's why we did not find her, because the ages of the queen cells that I'd put in all of these hives was a bit different. So it is possible that we could find a queen in here today, and if we do, we'll mark her, and that'll be the end of this adventure. But if we don't, we are going to run back over to the other bee yard and grab a queen cell and or a newly hatched virgin queen if they managed to hatch last night, and bring it over here. That is the goal, and then we will be 100% queen right in this bee yard, and that's exactly what I want going into fall. Now I did look at some of the landscape driving down here, and there still is clover available in this field. Now I don't know if it's producing or not, but there is still clover. Anyways, let's get in here and see what we can see. And I am going to remove the queen excluder. I don't know why I put it back on here. I don't need it. There's probably nothing at all going on in this top box. And there is nothing at all going on in this top box. Let's see what we can find. This is coming off and not going back on. I can tell you this, because we are in dearth for the most part, at least over in the other bee yard, all of the bees, every hive that I've gotten into has been quite aggressive, so I'm assuming that this one is going to be aggressive as well. Slow and easy. We're going to do a thorough search for a queen in this box, and you can have a look as well. Okay, we have drone brood hatching. I do not see a queen. So let's look at the other side. Okay, the other side. Oh, there's a queen. There she is, right there. Okay, we have a queen in here. All right, well, I guess we're not, here we go. Right there, lady. I'm gonna go ahead and paint you. Why did I brought my marker? I did. Okay, we do have a queen. She must have been on a mating flight. Okay. Well, I guess plans have now changed a little bit here, because now we are queen right in every single hive in this bee yard. Let me go ahead and let her dry for a moment. I'm going to see if she started laying at all. I do see a couple of eggs in here, which means she is laying. Okay, let's look at a few other frames here while she dries. All right. And see if they have any food at all. This hive is very, very lean on resources thus far. I may have to steal some resources from another hive, which I don't mind doing. There's a couple of hives here that have plenty of resources, so we will abscond with what we need. Okay, there's all bee bread right there, but I don't see any honey. I may actually run back to the house and grab a little bit of food. I've got a couple of buckets of sugar syrup made up. Okay, absolutely no nectar there. The population of this hive is very small, and that's because they have no resources. So I'm probably going to we're probably going to boost their population a little bit today too. Let's grab a brood frame from another hive, a resource frame from another hive. Okay, this is all bee bread on both sides, no nectar. They've got nectar. They've got bee bread everywhere, but nothing to eat. Okay, the population here is very minuscule. These girls need some food. They need some brood. Okay, here's the queen. We'll let you down. Go back down in the hive. There you go. Stay down. I don't need you to get flighty on me. I'm going to bring them a few more frames here. I'm going to get them 3 food frames from another hive. Okay, there we go. Okay, here's another one with a little bit of food on it. And one more with a little bit of food on it. There we go. Now I'm going to have to find them a brood frame. All right, there's a nice brood frame. Go ahead and give them that one. I'm going to grab one more, then we'll put them in there. All right, I've got 2 brood frames from hive number 1. I did find the queen in hive number 1, so I know for sure that I'm not bringing her along for the ride. Let's take out 2 of these middle frames. It's all bee bread. I'm going to give them this one that's got some bee bread, nectar, and, bees, and brood in it. We'll do the same thing with this one. Yep, it's got bee bread in it. Remove that. And we're going to give them this one. It's got a little bit of brood on both sides, a little bit of nectar. And that should give them a boost because that larva is about ready to hatch. Let's go ahead and close this up and put the lid back on. We put these over in the other hive and close them up. All right, so the situation is as follows. Things have changed. We do have a queen here, so I don't need to go to the other bee yard and snag a queen cell and put it in here. But this hive was very, very, very weak, so I did grab 2 frames of brood from hive number 1 and 3 frames of mediums of food from hive number 1, and they have what they need to start their road to recovery. I think it's going to be okay. We'll check back next week just to make sure things are going good, and if they need more brood, we'll give them more brood. I have also reduced the entrance, so they should be able to defend this hive with a limited number of bees that they have in there. Now I want to go through hive 11, 12, and 13 because those are all single level boxes or just a single deep, no super on them because those hives have been weak. I just want to see if those queens are laying and doing everything that they need to do to build the population inside those hives. And while I'm in there, I'm also going to check for food because if these girls don't have food, it looks like I'm going to be bringing buckets of sugar syrup out here to this bee yard and feeding these girls. So let's jump over to hive number 13, lucky number 13, and we will see what's happening. All right, let's see what we have going on in here. Hopefully all is right with the world. Let's have a gander. Hello, ladies. Okay, this hive has a strong population. I can see that already. Hello, ladies. Okay, they have plenty of space in here. I've got, I did do some checkerboarding here, so these 2 frames are empty, which is a good place to start. We'll go ahead and pull those from the middle. I've got to make sure that these girls have food. Might be in a foodless situation. I might be making a bunch. You know, they're starting to draw this out. I may be making a bunch of sugar syrup this afternoon. right. Okay, so these girls are drawing this out. They're making room for her. Okay, they have a little bit of food up in the top. I can see it here. So it looks like dearth is setting in here. Okay, this is a beautiful frame. No queen on there. Do we have her on this side? You see her? Shout her out. It's hard with the light here. Trying to move it in the sun a little bit. They have just a little bit of food in this box. Light on food, not good. All right, more brood. Brood like crazy. Very little nectar. I do not see the queen. And I do not see very much food. And that's really what these girls need. Okay, there's a little bit of nectar in here. We have a charged queen cell. These are super procedure cells. Okay, I've got 3. 1, 2. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see because of the sun, but I've got 1 super procedure cell there. Got another one right there, another one that's charged right there, another one that's charged right here. Okay, and I just got stung through my glove in the finger. That's not good. All right, what are we gonna do here? Let's set this frame aside for a second. That girl really must have put her mind through it to get my finger through the glove. See if we can find our queen. They do have some food right here. I'm not seeing the queen. There's your brick. And I am out. All right, let's go to the next hive. Oh, actually, it's got queen cells in it, so let's put it that way. All right, hive number 12. Now, I do have what appears to be fire ants right here at my feet, so I've got to be very careful so I don't get stung by fire ants and bees. All right, ladies. Oh, they're loud. They're not happy that I'm in here. And these girls look like they need some food as well. They're just now drawing this out, both sides. Okay, that one is drawn out. So this is the meat of the hive right here. These 4 frames in the middle. What we have happening there. Okay, there's our queen, and she is not marked. Why? Did they clean her off? Okay, come back out this way, lady. I don't want to stab any of your brood, so come this way. All right, there she is. I thought we marked her. Maybe they cleaned her off. Let her dry. All right, queen, here you go. There she is. Okay, she's down in the hive. Girls, I will be bringing you some food today. Okay, so here's the situation. They're making a queen there, but they don't have very much food. We know that hive number 8 has a queen, but doesn't have a lot of food. This hive has a queen, but doesn't have a lot of food. We're gonna check number 11. And then after I check 11, I think I'm gonna pack everything up, run to the house and start making some sugar syrup and try to get some buckets of feed out on these hives by the end of today. All right, so the plan is as follows. I just got back from the house. I made 40 gallons of sugar syrup. We've got 2-gallon buckets that are gonna go onto each one of these hives. Now, I did bring the wife with me. She's gonna help me put these on. We're just gonna let the camera sit back and you can kind of look in and watch what we're doing. But the goal is to get each one of these hives 2 gallons of feed on it. And the hives that have 2 supers on them, I'm going to break those down so that they each have 1. And then I'm gonna make sure that the 3 hives that don't have any supers on them get 1 super. That way they have plenty of room to store their sugar syrup. So just kind of sit back, enjoy. I'll play some music or something, and you can you can watch us work. All right, well, there you go, the end of another adventure. Now, this is not the adventure that I had set out to have this morning. My goal this morning was to grab a queen from the other bee yard and put it in hive number 8, and everything was going to be right with the world, but hive number 8 had a queen, so that kind of changed the plans right there. Went through a few other hives here and realized that these girls don't have a lot of food. They have a ton of bee bread in their hives, a lot of pollen, but no nectar. So I went back to the house. We filled up 22-gallon buckets of sugar syrup and brought them back over here, put 1 on each one of the hives. Now, hive number 3 over there, I believe, we had a bucket with the lid wasn't on all the way, and half their sugar syrup dumped on the ground, so that may turn into a robbing situation. May not, I don't know. I reduced their entrance just to protect them just in case. But I am going to go back to the house and grab 1 more 2-gallon bucket and come out here and give them exactly what all the other bees have so that they will be in good shape. Anyways, if you like this video, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. If you have something to say, by all means, please comment. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, take a moment, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to be notified of my new content. I try to drop a video every Friday. We try to keep it light and have fun. So all that said, be happy, and I will see you next week. Take care.